anyways, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, we are in my kitchen and today I wanted to make some cookies for you guys and show you how I make gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, and soy-free cookies. My sister is allergic to all of those things that I just did list, and so I've been trying to perfect the perfect cookie so that she can eat them because she loves to eat chocolate chip cookies. So that is what we are going to be making today. I know this is a little bit different for my channel, but I really did want to put out some different content for you guys just because, you know, I don't know, maybe not everyone wants to talk about makeup all the time. So, and I actually really enjoy this recipe and I think I've got them down to like the perfect cookie now. I've been playing around with the recipe for a while and I think this is what I like the best. If I do end up making them a different way that I do like, I will let you guys know the updated recipe, but let's go ahead and get into this. So the first step is going to be to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which I already did. I personally like to use two cookie sheets so that it takes less time to bake all the cookies, but you can obviously use one if you would like, but I like to line mine with parchment paper, so I already did that off to the side here. You can kind of see it right there. Next, you're going to want to gather all of your ingredients so that you can make the cookies. So first, we are going to get some flour. Obviously, it has to be gluten-free, so I like to use this Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. So that's what I used for the flour. And then next, I will use this imperial sugar, pure cane sugar. I like to use dark brown on the cookies. Funny story, my dad actually messed up and bought dark brown sugar instead of light brown, and I actually like the way it tasted better, so this is what I use for that. You are going to need some baking soda, which we use the Arm & Hammer pure baking soda. And then you're gonna need some kosher salt, so I use the Morton coarse kosher salt. Next, you're gonna need some coconut oil to use in place of the butter. So we have the Walmart brand, which is the Great Value Organic Unrefined Virgin Coconut Oil. Then you're gonna need 2 eggs. Any eggs that you would like. You're going to need pure vanilla extract. We just have this one. This is the Watkins Baking Vanilla Pure Vanilla Extract. And then lastly, you're gonna need some kind of chocolate chip. Since we can't use ones that have dairy in them, we have this brand, which is Enjoy Life. And we have the dark chocolate morsels. They also have milk chocolate, so you could use those as well. Or if you can use dairy, you can use whatever kind of chocolate chips you would want. But that is everything there. So next you're going to need 2 bowls. So I have 1 bowl here, 1 smaller bowl, and then kind of a larger bowl as well. You're going to need a cup, a measuring cup, a half a measuring cup. You're gonna need a tablespoon, a half a tablespoon, a teaspoon, and a half a teaspoon. And then you're also going to need some kind of mixer, whether that be just using your arm, like a handheld mixer, or like one of those cool baking mixers, just a mixer of your choice. And I do have a hand mixer that is like dying, but we're gonna use it anyway. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take this bowl right here and we're going to put all of our dry ingredients in here. So we're gonna be taking our flour. So this recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour. So I have the half cup here just because I don't want to use the whole cup and then a half cup. I don't know why, because I'm weird like that. Okay, next we're going to take the baking soda, and for this you're going to need a heaping teaspoon of baking soda. And then next we are going to take the kosher salt, and we need a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay, so next what you want to do with this mixture here, you have the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. You either can take a whisk or just like a fork and whisk it together. So I'm just going to take a fork and just mix it all together. Okay, and then you're just gonna take this mixture and you're gonna set it to the side. So next what we're gonna do is take our dark brown sugar and we're going to be putting it in this bowl, your second bowl, the one that you didn't use before. And for this you're gonna need 2 cups of packed sugar. So how I like to pack my sugar is I just take a spoon and just press it down. And this recipe calls for 2 full cups of brown sugar, but I usually kind of do a little under 2 cups, so like just barely under 2 cups. Okay, so next you're going to take the coconut oil or butter, whichever one you have, and you are going to need 8 tablespoons of this. So I just get it in a little tablespoon and then scoop it out because it kind of sticks together. After you get your coconut oil or butter in here, you're going to beat the mixture with either your arm, the mixer, or a handheld mixer, and you're gonna do it for about 2 to 3 minutes until this mixture is fluffy. Okay, so once that mixture is nice and fluffy, you are going to take 2 large eggs and crack them and put them in the bowl. And then you're going to mix this until the eggs are beaten into the mixture. And after the eggs are beaten in, you're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of the vanilla to the mixture and then beat until blended. So after you have mixed all that together, you're gonna wanna turn off your mixer so that the flour doesn't go everywhere, and you're gonna add the flour mixture into the liquid mixture. And you're going to want to turn your mixer or mix with your arm a little faster for a little while longer until it's a doughish consistency, and then that's like your cookie dough. So after that is all mixed, you're going to add 1.5 cups of the chocolate chips of your choice to the dough. I kind of just eyeball this and put however many chocolate chips I want. I don't really like follow the measurement, but if you want to, the measurement is 1.5 cups. So once you're finished mixing it, it should look a little something like this. And it depends. If you use regular butter, the consistency is a little bit different than when using coconut oil. The next steps are just to roll out the dough into the size that you want it, place them on the cookie sheet, and then put them in the oven for 10 to 11 minutes, depending on your oven. Our old oven, I had to do them for like 8 minutes because it would burn everything, but our new one, I think I do it for about 10. But if you were worried about them burning, you could always set a timer for like 8 minutes and check on them, and then add a minute every time. After the cookies are done baking, you do want to let them cool completely before you try to move them, because they will fall apart very easily. So you want them to cool completely before you try to move them to a different surface or before you try to eat them. Unless you're okay with cookies falling apart, then by all means do so. But just a little tip, they do fall apart fairly easy. This recipe is supposed to make about 40 cookies, but it also depends on what size of cookie you're trying to make. I prefer to make bigger size cookies, so sometimes it makes like 30 or less. I mean, it honestly just depends on the size cookie that you're trying to make, but technically the recipe says it can make 40 cookies. All right guys, so that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you do decide to recreate this recipe or try out this recipe, please let me know how you liked it down below. I hope you guys are having a blessed day wherever you are, and I appreciate it so much that you watched my video. I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Happy baking!